Comparison is one of the most dangerous traps you can fall into. It sneaks in quietly and begins to undermine your confidence, your focus, and your progress. You look at someone else's life, their achievements, or their highlight reel on social media, and suddenly what you have feels like it's not enough. But here's the truth, their journey has nothing to do with yours. You are on a unique path with unique challenges and unique opportunities. When you compare yourself to others, you're wasting precious energy that could be spent building your own dreams. Think about it, you don't know the full story of the person you're comparing yourself to. All you're seeing is the end result, or worse, the polished version they want you to see. You don't see the struggles, the late nights, the failures, or the sacrifices that went into their success. And even if you did, it still wouldn't matter because their timeline isn't your timeline. Just because someone else is thriving right now doesn't mean you're falling behind. Life is not a race, and there's no single finish line. When you compare yourself to others, you rob yourself of gratitude for what you've already accomplished. You might have made incredible progress, but you won't even see it if you're too busy looking at someone else's progress. Gratitude is a powerful tool. It reminds you of how far you've come and keeps you motivated to keep going. But comparison, it blinds you to your own success and leaves you feeling defeated, even when you're actually winning. Comparison also creates unnecessary stress and anxiety. You start to feel like you're not doing enough, like you're not enough. But here's what you need to understand. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Every step you've taken, every challenge you face has prepared you for this moment. The moment you stop comparing yourself to others is the moment you free yourself to focus on your own journey and trust your own timing. Another problem with comparison is that it can make you bitter instead of better. When you focus too much on what someone else has, it's easy to feel jealous or resentful. But jealousy doesn't move you forward. It keeps you stuck. Instead of looking at someone else's success as a threat, learn to see it as proof of what's possible. If they can achieve greatness, so can you. But you won't get there by envying them, you'll get there by focusing on your own work. Think about the energy you spend comparing yourself to others. Imagine if you redirected that energy into improving yourself instead. What if you use that time to sharpen your skills, work on your goals, or take care of your mental and physical health? The truth is, comparison is a distraction. It keeps you looking outward when you need to be looking inward. Real progress happens when you stop worrying about what everyone else is doing and start investing in yourself. It's also important to remember that everyone has different strengths and weaknesses. The person you're comparing yourself to might excel in one area, but struggle in another. And the same is true for you. Instead of comparing your weaknesses to someone else's strengths, focus on maximizing your own potential. You were not designed to be like anyone else. You were designed to be the best version of you. Finally, comparing yourself to others limits your vision. When you're constantly looking at what someone else is doing, you're not thinking creatively about what you could be doing. Your goals, your dreams, and your path are yours for a reason. Stop trying to fit into someone else's story and start writing your own. The moment you break free from comparison is the moment you truly begin to grow. Setting clear goals and intentions is the foundation of achieving anything meaningful in life. Without clear goals, you're like a ship lost at sea, drifting aimlessly without a destination. A clear goal gives you direction. It tells you where you're going and why it matters. Intentions, on the other hand, are the fuel that powers you forward. They remind you of the purpose behind your actions and keep you grounded in the bigger picture. Together, goals and intentions create a roadmap for success that not only gets you where you want to go, but ensures you stay motivated along the way. When you set a goal, it's important to make it specific. Vague goals like I want to be successful, I want to get in shape aren't enough. What does success look like to you? What does being in shape mean for your body and your health? Specific goals create clarity, and clarity eliminates confusion. For example, instead of saying, I want to save money, you might say, I will save $10,000 by the end of the year. That level of detail not only makes your goal more achievable, but also gives you a concrete target to aim for. Another key to setting clear goals is breaking them down into smaller, actionable steps. Big goals can feel overwhelming, and when you don't know where to start, it's easy to procrastinate. Breaking your goal into smaller tasks makes it manageable and gives you a clear plan of action. For instance, if your goal is to write a book, start with an outline, then commit to writing 1 chapter a week. Each step builds momentum and brings you closer to the finish line. Equally important is setting a timeline for your goals. A goal without a deadline is just a wish. Deadlines create urgency and accountability, pushing you to take consistent action. But it's not just about setting any deadline, it's about setting a realistic one. Unrealistic timelines can lead to frustration and burnout, while realistic deadlines keep you motivated and on track. Be honest with yourself about how much time you need, and then commit to making steady progress every single day. Intentions add a deeper layer to goal setting because they focus on the why behind your actions. It's one thing to set a goal like I want to lose 20 pounds, but what's the intention driving that goal? Is it to feel healthier, to have more energy, or to set a good example for your family? When your goals are rooted in meaningful intentions, they become more than just tasks to check off a list. They become part of your identity and your purpose. Visualization is another powerful tool when setting goals. Take the time to imagine yourself achieving your goal. What does it feel like? What does it look like? Visualization makes your goal more real and tangible in your mind, which strengthens your commitment to achieving it. Athletes, entrepreneurs, and high achievers often use visualization as part of their process because it helps them stay focused and aligned with their goals even when challenges arise. As you work toward your goals, it's crucial to track your progress. Regularly reviewing where you are in relation to your goal helps you stay accountable and gives you the chance to make adjustments if needed. Maybe you're ahead of schedule and can push yourself even further, or maybe you're falling behind and need to reassess your strategy. Either way, tracking your progress ensures that you stay connected to your goal and don't lose sight of what you're working toward. Lastly, don't forget to align your goals with your core values. Goals that conflict with your values will feel empty, no matter how much you achieve. For example, if family is one of your top values, setting a goal that requires you to work 80-hour weeks might lead to resentment rather than fulfillment. When your goals align with your values, they become more meaningful and fulfilling. They not only bring you success, but also create a sense of harmony in your life. In a world full of distractions, cutting out the noise is not just a choice, it's a necessity. Every day, you're bombarded with information, opinions, and demands for your attention. Social media notifications, endless emails, and even the chatter of people around you can all pull you away from what truly matters. Noise doesn't just distract you, it dilutes your focus and energy. If you want to achieve your goals, you must learn to block out the distractions and tune into what's important. The ability to silence the noise is one of the greatest skills you can develop. One of the biggest sources of noise is social media. While it can be a great tool for connection and learning, it can also be a major distraction. Scrolling mindlessly through feeds, comparing your life to others, and consuming endless streams of content can eat up hours of your day. It's not just about the time you lose, it's about the mental clutter it creates. The more time you spend focusing on what others are doing, the less time you have to focus on your own growth. Limiting your social media usage or even taking periodic breaks can do wonders for your productivity and peace of mind. Another form of noise comes from people who don't add value to your life. This doesn't mean you should shut everyone out, but you do need to be intentional about the company you keep. Negative people, gossipers, and those who constantly criticize without offering solutions can drain your energy and distract you from your purpose. Surround yourself with individuals who uplift, inspire, and challenge you to be better. When you cut out the toxic noise from your relationships, you create space for growth and positivity. Your environment also plays a huge role in cutting out the noise. A cluttered workspace, a loud household, or even a disorganized schedule can create unnecessary stress and distractions. Take control of your environment by decluttering, organizing, and setting boundaries.
If you work from home, designate a quiet space for focused work. If you're constantly interrupted, communicate your needs and set clear boundaries with those around you. A calm and organized environment fosters clarity and productivity.
Mental noise is just as disruptive as external noise. Overthinking, self-doubt, and constant worrying can keep you stuck in your head instead of taking action. To cut out this noise, practice mindfulness and self-awareness. Techniques like meditation, journaling, and deep breathing can help you quiet your mind and focus on the present moment. When you're able to tune out the mental chatter, you free yourself to concentrate fully on the task at hand. Noise also comes in the form of overcommitment. Saying yes to too many things can spread you thin and leave you feeling overwhelmed. Every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else, often your own priorities. Learn to say no to things that don't align with your goals and values. Saying no is not selfish, it's a way to protect your time and energy for what truly matters. Prioritize what's important and let go of the rest. The digital world adds another layer of noise. Emails, notifications, and constant connectivity can make it feel like you're always on to cut out this noise. Establish boundaries with your devices. Turn off non-essential notifications. Set specific times for checking emails and create tech-free zones in your day. When you take control of your digital habits, you'll find yourself with more mental clarity and focus for the things that matter most. Finally, cutting out the noise means getting clear on your priorities. When you know what truly matters to you, it becomes easier to filter out the distractions. You don't need to chase every opportunity, listen to every opinion, or follow every trend. Focus on your vision and let that guide your decisions. The world is noisy, but your purpose doesn't have to be. By cutting out the noise, you can create the clarity and focus needed to achieve greatness. Investing in your growth is the most valuable commitment you can make to yourself. Growth doesn't happen by chance, it requires deliberate effort and action. Too often, people wait for opportunities or breakthroughs to come to them instead of creating those opportunities through personal development. Growth is not just about gaining new skills or knowledge, it's about evolving into the person capable of achieving the goals you've set for yourself. When you decide to prioritize your growth, you are laying the foundation for a future filled with limitless possibilities. One of the most effective ways to invest in your growth is by dedicating time to learning. This could mean reading books, listening to podcasts, or taking online courses related to your field or interests. Knowledge is a powerful tool, but it's only as effective as your willingness to apply it. The more you learn, the better equipped you are to navigate challenges, seize opportunities, and innovate in ways that set you apart. Lifelong learning isn't just a choice, it's a requirement for staying relevant and competitive in a fast-changing world. Personal growth also requires stepping outside your comfort zone. Comfort feels safe, but it rarely leads to progress. Growth happens when you take risks, try new things, and face challenges head-on. Whether it's learning a new skill, speaking up in meetings, or pursuing a passion project, pushing past your limits forces you to grow in ways you never imagined. Every step outside your comfort zone strengthens your resilience and prepares you for the next challenge. Your physical and mental health are critical components of personal growth. Investing in your body through regular exercise, proper nutrition, and adequate sleep provides you with the energy and focus needed to perform at your best. Similarly, prioritizing your mental well-being through mindfulness practices, therapy, or journaling helps you stay grounded and emotionally strong. Growth is a holistic process, and taking care of your mind and body ensures you have the stamina to achieve your goals. Another important aspect of investing in your growth is surrounding yourself with the right people. Your environment significantly influences your development, and the people you spend the most time with can either inspire or hinder your progress. Seek out mentors, peers, and communities that challenge you to be better and hold you accountable. The right support system provides guidance, encouragement, and constructive feedback, all of which are essential for growth. Investing in your growth often requires financial commitment too. This might mean enrolling in a certification program, attending workshops, or hiring a coach. While these investments can feel like a significant expense up front, they pay dividends in the long run by equipping you with skills and opportunities that elevate your career or personal life. It's important to view these costs not as spending, but as investing in your future self. Time is another resource that must be allocated toward growth. It's easy to get caught up in the busyness of daily life and neglect your personal development. However, growth doesn't just happen in the spare moments, it requires intentional time. Schedule time each week to focus on learning, practicing new skills, or reflecting on your progress. Consistency is key, and even small, regular efforts can lead to significant transformation over time. Lastly, self-reflection is a critical component of investing in your growth. Taking time to evaluate where you are, what you've learned, and where you want to go ensures that your efforts align with your goals.
Reflection helps you identify patterns, celebrate wins, and make necessary adjustments to stay on track. Without self-reflection, you risk growing in directions that don't serve your long-term vision.
Growth is not just about moving forward, it's about moving forward with purpose. Learning to say no is one of the most powerful tools you can master for personal and professional growth. Too often, people feel obligated to say yes to every request, invitation, or opportunity that comes their way, fearing that saying no might disappoint others or close doors. But constantly saying yes to everything can lead to burnout, overwhelm, and a lack of focus on your own priorities. Saying no is not about being selfish, it's about respecting your time, energy, and goals, and ensuring you have the capacity to give your best to what truly matters. One of the biggest challenges in learning to say no is overcoming the guilt that often accompanies it. Many people have been conditioned to believe that saying no is rude or unkind, especially if the request comes from someone close to them. But in reality, saying yes when you mean no does more harm than good. It can lead to resentment, stress, and a sense of being stretched too thin. Learning to set boundaries and say no with grace is a skill that protects your well-being while maintaining respectful relationships with others. Saying no allows you to focus on your priorities. Every time you say yes to something, you are saying no to something else, often something that aligns more closely with your goals and values. Time is a limited resource, and you have to be intentional about how you spend it. If you agree to every meeting, project, or event, you'll find yourself with little to no time for the things that truly matter to you. Saying no is not about rejecting others, it's about choosing where your time and energy are best spent. Another reason to learn to say no is to protect your mental and physical health. Taking on too many commitments can leave you feeling stressed, overworked, and exhausted. Overcommitting not only impacts your productivity, but also your ability to be fully present in your tasks. When you're constantly rushing from one obligation to the next, the quality of your work and your relationship suffers. Saying no to non-essential commitments gives you the space to recharge, focus, and show up as your best self. Saying no also fosters self-respect and confidence. When you set boundaries and stick to them, you're sending a message to yourself and others that your time and energy are valuable. This act of self-respect builds your confidence and helps you establish healthier relationships. People will come to understand and appreciate your boundaries, and those who truly value you will respect your decisions without taking offense. Saying no doesn't make you less helpful or supportive, it makes you intentional and discerning. It's important to understand that not all opportunities are created equal. Just because something seems like a good opportunity doesn't mean it's the right one for you. Saying no to opportunities that don't align with your goals or values opens the door for better opportunities that do. It's about quality, not quantity. Being selective with your yeses ensures that you're dedicating your time and energy to the things that will have the greatest impact on your growth and success. One of the most effective ways to say no is to do so clearly and respectfully. You don't need to provide a long explanation or make excuses. A simple "thank you for thinking of me, but I can't commit to this right now" is often enough. Learning to say no confidently and without guilt takes practice, but it's a skill that becomes easier over time. The more you practice, the more you'll realize that most people will respect your decision and move on without issue. Finally, learning to say no is about trusting yourself. You know your limits, your priorities, and your capacity better than anyone else. Trust that saying no when necessary is the right decision for you and your goals. It's not about shutting people out or avoiding responsibility. It's about creating space for what truly matters in your life. The ability to say no is a powerful act of self-care and a critical step in living a purposeful, focused, and fulfilling life. Failure is one of the most misunderstood aspects of success. Many people see failure as the end of the road, a sign that they aren't good enough or that their efforts were wasted. But the truth is, failure is an essential part of growth. It is not a reflection of your worth or potential. It's feedback, a guide showing you what didn't work so you can find what does. When you embrace failure as feedback, you transform it from a source of discouragement into a powerful tool for learning and improvement. Every failure carries valuable lessons if you're willing to look for them. When something doesn't go as planned, it's an opportunity to analyze what went wrong and why. Did you overlook a critical detail? Did you underestimate the time or resources needed? Did you fail to adapt to unexpected challenges? By asking these questions and reflecting on your experience, you can identify the gaps in your approach and make the necessary adjustments for next time. Failure isn't about falling short, it's about finding the clues that lead to eventual success. Failure also builds resilience, which is one of the most important traits you can develop. Every time you fail and get back up, you become stronger, more adaptable, and more prepared for future challenges. Resilience is not about avoiding failure, it's about learning to navigate it with grace and determination. When you embrace failure as feedback, you train yourself to see setbacks as temporary and surmountable. This mindset allows you to keep moving forward, even when the road gets tough. Another powerful aspect of failure is that it forces you to step out of your comfort zone. Playing it safe might protect you from failing, but it also limits your potential for growth. When you take risks and attempt things you've never done before, failure becomes a natural part of the process. But with every failure, you gain new insights and skills that expand your capabilities. Over time, what once seemed impossible becomes achievable because you were willing to face failure head on. Embracing failure as feedback also fosters creativity and innovation. Some of the greatest breakthroughs in history came from people who failed repeatedly before they succeeded. Failure forces you to think differently, to explore alternative approaches, and to challenge assumptions. It's in those moments of trial and error that creativity flourishes. When you view failure as a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block, you open yourself up to new possibilities and ideas that can propel you toward success. Failure also teaches humility and patience. It reminds you that progress takes time and that no one has all the answers right away. When you accept failure as a natural part of the journey, you learn to be patient with yourself in the process. You also develop humility, recognizing that even the most successful people have faced their share of setbacks. This perspective helps you stay grounded and focused, knowing that failure is simply a part of the learning curve. Another critical lesson from failure is that it helps you build self-awareness. When you fail, you're forced to take an honest look at your actions, decisions, and habits. This level of self-reflection is essential for growth because it helps you understand your strengths and weaknesses. The more you learn about yourself through failure, the better equipped you are to make decisions and take actions that align with your goals and values. Self-awareness turns failure into a mirror, showing you who you are and who you need to become. Finally, failure strengthens your character. It tests your determination, perseverance, and willingness to keep going even when things get difficult. Each time you rise after a failure, you prove to yourself that you are capable of overcoming obstacles. This sense of accomplishment builds confidence and reinforces your belief in your ability to succeed. Failure isn't the opposite of success, it's a crucial part of the process. When you embrace it as feedback, you unlock the strength and wisdom needed to achieve your greatest aspirations. The people you choose to surround yourself with have a profound impact on your mindset, actions, and overall success. Humans are social beings, and our environments shape us more than we often realize. The energy, values, and perspectives of those closest to you can either lift you higher or hold you back. Choosing the right people to be in your corner is not just about having company, it's about cultivating a network that encourages growth, challenges you to improve, and supports your vision for the future. Being around the right people means being with those who inspire and motivate you. These are the individuals who see your potential, even when you doubt yourself. They push you to step out of your comfort zone and remind you of what you're capable of achieving. Their positivity and determination can be contagious, helping you to stay focused and energized in the pursuit of your goals. Surrounding yourself with motivated, ambitious individuals sets a standard that encourages you to rise to their level. The right people also hold you accountable. They don't let you settle for mediocrity or make excuses for why you're not putting in the effort. Instead, they call you out when you're falling short and encourage you to get back on track. Accountability is essential for growth because it keeps you honest about your actions and aligned with your intentions. Having people in your life who are unafraid to tell you the truth, even when it's uncomfortable, is a gift that helps you stay disciplined and focused. Another key characteristic of the right people is their ability to provide constructive feedback. Feedback is essential for improvement, but not all feedback is created equal. The right people offer insights that are thoughtful, specific, and aimed at helping you grow. They don't criticize to tear you down, they critique to build you up. Their feedback comes from a place of care and understanding, making it easier to accept and apply. With the right people in your corner, you can learn from your mistakes and refine your skills more effectively. It's also important to recognize that the right people celebrate your successes without jealousy or resentment. Genuine supporters are happy to see you win and will cheer you on wholeheartedly. Their encouragement reinforces your confidence and reminds you that you're not alone on your journey. At the same time, they don't let success inflate your ego or distract you from what's next. They celebrate with you, but they also challenge you to keep pushing forward toward even greater achievements. The right people share your values and align with your vision. They understand what's important to you and respect the principles that guide your decisions. This alignment creates a sense of harmony and trust in your relationships, allowing you to collaborate and connect on a deeper level. When the people around you share your core values, it becomes easier to navigate challenges and stay true to your path. They encourage you to make decisions that are consistent with your goals and your character. Surrounding yourself with the right people also means distancing yourself from those who drain your energy or create negativity. Toxic relationships can be detrimental to your growth, sapping your motivation and filling your mind with doubt or discouragement. It's not always easy to let go of such relationships, especially if they've been a part of your life for a long time. However, prioritizing your well-being and progress sometimes requires difficult decisions. By creating space for positive influences, you make room for healthier and more supportive connections. Finally, the right people don't just help you grow, they grow alongside you. Relationships thrive when there's mutual support and encouragement to evolve. As you work on your goals and aspirations, the right people are also pursuing their own growth, creating a dynamic environment of shared progress. This mutual commitment to improvement fosters deeper connections and ensures that you're both moving forward together. Growth is not a solo journey, and having the right people by your side makes the process more rewarding and impactful. Consistency is the backbone of success, yet it's one of the hardest things to maintain, especially when the journey gets tough. Everyone starts out motivated and enthusiastic, but over time, obstacles, setbacks, and distractions can test your commitment. Staying consistent, even when it's hard, is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who fall short. It's not about being perfect every day, it's about showing up, putting in the effort, and keeping your eyes on the bigger picture, no matter how challenging the circumstances. One of the most important aspects of staying consistent is remembering your why. Your why is the driving force behind your goals, the reason you started in the first place. When the going gets tough, reconnecting with your purpose can reignite your motivation and help you push through. Whether it's building a better future for your family, proving something to yourself, or creating a lasting legacy, keeping your why at the forefront of your mind can give you the strength to keep moving forward when everything else feels overwhelming. Consistency often requires discipline more than motivation. Motivation is fleeting, it comes and goes, often depending on how you feel in the moment. Discipline, on the other hand, is the ability to do what needs to be done regardless of how you feel. It's waking up early to work on your goals, even when you'd rather sleep in. It's sticking to your workout routine, even when you're tired. Discipline is a muscle, and the more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. When you rely on discipline, consistency becomes a habit rather than a struggle. Building a routine is another crucial element of staying consistent. Routines create structure and eliminate the need to constantly make decisions about what to do next. When your actions are part of a daily or weekly routine, they become second nature, reducing the mental effort required to stay on track. A well-designed routine helps you prioritize your most important tasks and ensures you're making steady progress, even when external circumstances try to pull you away. Staying consistent also requires managing setbacks with the right mindset. There will be days when things don't go as planned, when you miss a workout, fall behind on a project, or make a mistake. The key is not to let one bad day derail your entire journey. Instead of dwelling on the setback, focus on getting back on track as quickly as possible. Consistency is not about being perfect, it's about maintaining forward momentum over the long term. Every time you bounce back, you strengthen your commitment and resilience. Now, it's also important to celebrate small wins along the way. Consistency can feel like a grind, especially when progress is slow or invisible. Acknowledging and celebrating your efforts and milestones keeps you motivated and reminds you that your hard work is paying off. These celebrations don't have to be grand. They can be as simple as taking a moment to reflect on how far you've come or rewarding yourself with something small but meaningful. Recognizing your progress reinforces the value of staying consistent, even when it feels difficult. Accountability can play a significant role in maintaining consistency. When you have someone to share your goals with, whether it's a mentor, coach, or supportive friend, you're more likely to stay on track. Your accountability partners can provide encouragement, feedback, and gentle reminders when you start to waver. They can also celebrate your successes and help you navigate challenges. Knowing that someone else is invested in your progress can be a powerful motivator to keep showing up, even on the hard days. Finally, staying consistent requires self-compassion. It's easy to be hard on yourself when you struggle to stay on track, but beating yourself up only makes the journey harder. Instead, practice kindness and understanding towards yourself. Acknowledge that staying consistent is difficult, and give yourself credit for the effort you're putting in. When you treat yourself with compassion, you create a supportive inner dialogue that helps you persevere through challenges. Consistency isn't about being perfect. It's about staying committed to your growth and showing up for yourself no matter what.